Just to get a glimpse beyond the illusion by TinyButFierce. Chapter 8. Steve Rogers sat on the couch in the compound, Bucky snuggled up next to him. They were alone in the living room. The compound always seemed empty. No one was ever around. Steve didn't know how he could have continued with the split without Wakanda's help. Princess Yuri had wiped Hydra's programming out of Bucky's mind. He didn't have the original Bucky back, probably never would, but this was better than nothing. They were watching some documentary show. On screen was a chase scene between a lizard and a bunch of snakes. Steve was rooting for the lizard. The smooth British voice was suddenly interrupted by an abrupt American one from right behind them. The lizard dies. The two turned around to look at Sam, who was standing behind the couch and oh so innocently slurping out of a juice box. Bucky raised an eyebrow. Instead of responding to the sarcasm that is represented by an eyebrow raise, Sam started gesturing towards the screen. Look, look. Turning around, the two soldiers were greeted to the sight of the lizard being eaten by one of the snakes. Sam started cackling evilly as he rushed out of the room, singing Circle of Life. Bucky drawled, "It's too bad. The lizard was starting to grow on me." Steve opened his mouth to reply, but he was stopped by his phone buzzing on from the table next to the couch. There was a text from Brody. "Mark your calendar. Meeting at the shawarma place, Saturday at 11. Bring your friend. JR." Bucky leaned over. "What's up?" The super soldier typed an affirmative response and turned towards his friend. "Have you ever had shawarma?" Wanda threw a punch towards the spy, who caught it and twisted. He yelped and jumped backwards, arms up in defense. Natasha struck Wanda in the chest with a well-aimed kick, and Wanda fell to the ground with a groan. Wanda whacked her hand down on the mat and moaned, "I yield." The spy stood back and walked out of the ring. "You can't always rely on your magic. You need to learn how to defend yourself." I know, I just... Wanda's comment went unheard as the sound of two buzzing phones came from where their street clothes were lying. The two walked over and checked their phones. Meeting at the shawarma place, Saturday at 11. JR. Wanda looked down, confused. "Shawarma place?" The spy laughed. "It's a long story." "The Eagles are coming. Brody wants everyone to meet at the shawarma place, Saturday at 11. You both just got out of house arrest, right?" Legolas. "Hell yes." Tic-tac. "Shawarma place?" Legolas. "Long story." "The Eagles are coming. I have no idea what it means either. Is this an original cliche thing?" Legolas. "Yeah." Tic-tac. "I can't make it. I promised that I'd see Cassie this weekend." "The Eagles are coming. That's fine. Technically you're not an Avenger, to be honest." Legolas. "Ooh, burn." Tic-tac. "Sam, I came here to have a good time, and honestly I'm feeling so attacked right now." Tony and Rhodey sat in the lab. The engineer was elbows deep into the Iron Man suit, while the colonel was ranting about some general who pissed him off. Footsteps sounded behind them as they turned to the sight of Peter walking into the lab. Ned's awestruck face peered around the doorframe. Peter held up a phone. "Hey, Rhodey, you forgot your phone upstairs." He handed the phone to the colonel and stood there awkwardly for a second before Tony looked up from the armor. "Hey, so you know how you're telling me about that shawarma place the Avengers went to after the Battle of New York? I was wondering if we could go try it this Saturday at 11. The engineer narrowed his eyes. "That's oddly specific." "Well, you were saying Vision would be in town, and I figured we could go do something fun. I made reservations already." Tony leaned back his chair and examined the teen. "All right. Rhodey's coming too, right?" "Yeah." The colonel made eye contact with Tony before shrugging. "Sure, why not?" Tony leaned to look past Peter at the starstruck face of Ned. "Hey, Ted." Ned's mouth opened and closed like a fish. Yeah, definitely. Peter interrupted. "All right, sounds good. I'm going to head out then." "All right, be back by 10. The teens walked out the room, Rhodey looked at Tony and whacked his arm. Ow, hey! You are such a dad. Tony glared at Rhodey, but didn't deny the comment. The kid is a parasite. True. Well, are you excited for shawarma? Tony's eyebrows rose. Judging by the fact that the shawarma place doesn't take reservations, something other than shawarma is being planned. Be vigilant. Will do.